Hello guys, welcome back to Gospel News, where update is falling like rain. Where updates are falling yakata. We they give on a back to back on this channel. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Quickly do that before we change our mind. I already know how we take the do. Let's go straight to the reason why we are here. And as you can see on our picture, that is the senator representing the Abia South. Abi, am I correct? Yeah, Abia. Yeah, Abia. In the House of Assembly, Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe. He has come out again to make a case for the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, which is Nnamdi Kanu. He said that the way when this country take the treat the man will say something that is unacceptable, that they cannot accept that, and that he should be released with immediate effect. That Nnamdi Kanu is our son, and he will not stop talking about him until he is released. Meanwhile, the northern elders, the people who call themselves the One Nigeria, have told Tinubu that that he should not release this man, he should not release Nnamdi Kanu, that he should remember the vote they gave to him while he was contesting for this rigged election. For this election that has just been concluded, where massive rigging and robbery was experienced. And they said that, what do you call him? P2B was robbed of his mandate. So they tell nah. They cause a lot of kitty kata. And the matter where they on ground be that to northern elders say Loriro that Nnamdi Kanu should not be released. And he should remain in custody. I think I've talked about that previously, but because of the call by Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe for his release, to show you the reason why he is still in detention. And a part of that too, you can see here, all of you whom we they talk say some people, native them be for this Christianity matter. When I say, Loriro, this boy, you came here to mislead people, you are not telling them the truth and all the blah, 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 blah. You can see what we have on the screen. Gambian pastor absconds with 52 phones, money after Ibadan crusade. Some of them go say, oh, put it in this basin, let me pray for you. And that door will be opened. Which door, God, please? Which door are you talking about that we open? And so they take 52 phones for Nigeria. Somebody from Gambia. Now I come Nigeria, come guy all of una shame, they shame me. A guy man from Gambia came to Nigeria in the name of God. He guide all of una. And on a day there, they shout, you want to make heaven. It don't happen, I make him now. He will want make heaven. Why no come with empty hand and go with empty hand? He came and he robbed all of you. Today, tomorrow, if he still come again and tell you that the Lord told him to grind the phones, that he was going to burn them and the smoke will go to heaven, all of you will shout, Amen. Mad people, a Jew everywhere. Quickly, let's look at what Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe is saying here. Look at his statement recently. He said, Nnamdi Kanu is our son and a bona fide Igbo man. I can never abandon him because he is our own. Even if others do, I will stand by him because those in the north are protecting their own too. That should be in prison. He said that those people like Shetima, who is the Boko Haram they say Boko Haram people were found in his house. I mean the vice presidential candidate to Tinubu, they say Boko Haram people were found in his house. Today, none of those people has been arrested. He has never been questioned. He has never been arrested. But Nnamdi Kanu, who is calling for simple referendum, is the one whom the northern elders, the same people who sponsored Boko Haram, are saying that he should not be released. For those of you who didn't understand or what the previous update, look at it here. They said, ignore calls to release Nnamdi Kanu. Remember your true allies in northern Nigeria who gave you massive votes. Northern group tells Tinubu. When they see him, they are telling Tinubu not to release Nnamdi Kanu. If Røbb mini shibanye opiuboro. Tinubu never enter. It is Buhari now that should release this man because he's the one who went and kidnapped him from Kenya. But his tenure is over, and they rigidly handed it over to Tinubu. Now they are also controlling Tinubu, telling him who to release and who not to. Do you see why peace will not be in the country where they claim that it is a one country? The reason why Nnamdi Kanu is still being held today as I speak to you is because he's an Igbo man. If it were to be a betrayer from other region or any other part of the country, he would have been set free since to go home and continue with politics. But because he said no, he will not allow his people to be treated as slaves. That is the reason why they are still holding him in captivity as I speak to you right now. So let's continue. Let's go straight. You people have heard his words and what Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe said concerning Nnamdi Kanu. So kudos to him. But that doesn't stop you from making impact in the region where you came from. So let's go into details and see what these northern people say. They said that the coalition of northern groups, CNG, has criticized renewed calls for the stoppage of the trial of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, which is Nnamdi Kanu. Ohanaeze and some Igbo leaders and groups have called on the president-elect Bola Tinubu to release Kanu after his inauguration. Kanu was detained by the Secret Police Department of State Services following his rendition to Nigeria from Kenya in June 2021. Tinubu will be sworn in on May 29, 2023, if the cases in court to challenge his victory are not decided against him by then. Do you see why the cases in court will not be decided by that time? However, the CNG has described calls on Tinubu to pardon and release Nnamdi Kanu as unreasonable, thoughtless, and unrealistic. Now, they say the spokesperson for the coalition, Abdulaziz Suleiman, in Abuja on Monday, called on the authorities to dismiss such calls. He urged the authorities to ensure the prosecution of Kanu, saying setting the separatist leader free will set a bad precedent that regional leaders can pervert the course of justice as assist criminals to evade prosecution. Now, Nnamdi Kanu na they call criminals. I want the channel one Nigeria. Yadua. The statement reads in part to specifically invite the attention of the incoming President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to remain vigilant as to the direction the country is headed, so as to avoid the type of mistake committed by the late President Shehu Shagari in granting unconditional state pardon to the initiator of Biafra project, which is Odumegwu Ojukwu, which has proved counterproductive. It is not counterproductive. It is not Ojukwu that is the problem. It is the North that is the problem. They don't want the progress of this country. He should bear in mind that the bulk majority of Kanu's casualties are from the North, the region from where he extracted the bulk of his winning vote. He's telling Tinubu all this. We remind him of the moral consequences of failing or of falling to the trap of the Ndibo of the Southeast, from where he secured very insignificant support at the expense of his true friendship and allies in the North, who bear the brunt of the atrocities perpetrated by Nnamdi Kanu. Instead, the president should remain resolute in ensuring the diligent prosecution of Kanu, his sponsors, backers, and collaborators in the heinous crimes against the Nigerian state and innocent Nigerian citizens. So what he's saying now is that Nnamdi Kanu should never be released. This is what the North want for you. But they are protecting their own. We have never heard them say, jail Boko Haram people. Don't give them, but Boko Haram people are allegedly repenting every day while they are spying the army and crushing it. In order to prevent a descent into anarchy at this day and age and to forestall mass killings, untold sufferings and atrocities, the federal government must not accede to the current pressure by Ohanaeze and its ilk to secure the unconditional release of the leader of the group that has been duly proscribed as terrorist, the statement added. Una de hear matter. The North, they protect their own, but our own governors and our leaders are the ones who are bringing their children to be crucified in the public. Ohaneze ndị Igbo, Southeast governors are the shameful now. Una dey see am, they are still kicking against the release. But how many times have you heard our leaders from the Southeast talk about how Fulani herdsmen should be sent to prison, should be jailed for killing people? Up to today, the people who killed worshippers at Owo Catholic Church has not been found. None of them has been sentenced to prison. But today or yesterday, the church opened for service again, and they'll still go there to kill more people. And you tell me that things are all right. Now let's listen to Sanusi Lamido Sanusi. Mo here with the Okpata. Where you want yan?
In October last year, speaking at the Kaduna Investment Forum, I said to Nigerians that if anyone told them that dealing with Nigeria post-2023 would be easy, they should not vote for that person. And I meant it, because I don't think Nigeria has been in a place as difficult as this since the Civil War. We have a challenge of nation building. We have a country that has now been divided very dangerously along ethnic and religious lines.
Okay.
We have an economy that's in doldrums, and unfortunately, we seem to be having a dearth of leadership among political leaders. I think beyond defining what we want as a leader, we need to look critically as a country at the process through which our leaders emerge. Now, no process is perfect. We've seen in the United States, we've seen in the UK, that they have made mistakes with choosing their leaders, but at the very least, the people know who they are voting for. I think we need to begin to look at the Electoral Act much, much earlier than elections. We need to have a system where you cannot just go and participate in party primaries without exposing yourself to public scrutiny. This is what happens in the UK, Labour Party, the Tories, Americans, the Democrats, and the Republicans. Everybody has a chance to see them as they address their party. Everybody has a chance to understand what their policy is, what their vision is. They ask questions, and people know what they're voting for. So even when the party selects a candidate, you know that the nation knows the candidate they've selected. And throughout, they're compelled by law to participate in public debates, to come and discuss issues of policy. This is the only country I know where we only know when we have elected a president if he knows what he's doing,
okay,
if he understands what the job is,
okay,
what his plans are, what his vision is. You can actually get into the presidency without Nigerians knowing exactly whether you have the capacity to do the job or whether you have the vision to do the job. And I think beyond talking about the kind of leader we want and the kind of policies that we want, we need to now begin, and also beyond looking at the electoral process and the voting process, which is very flawed, but which can be improved upon with the Electoral Act. We need to expand that into the process through which parties bring up candidates and elections happen. And that the important thing is there must be an improvement in the transparency around, and the candidates must be compelled to face the country and discuss their issues and their vision. And when we begin to do that, the parties themselves will be forced to give us candidates that can do the work. And we as Nigerians will at least have the good fortune of knowing that we knew what we were voting for when we voted for it. So these are elements, these are aspects of our democracy that I think need to be looked at, which we have not looked at sufficiently. I'm sure the topic today will talk about the decades of missteps we have made on the economy, the way we have reversed institutional growth and institutional independence and development, where we now have weak institutions that have been totally politicized, and those who are unelected officers who are supposed to be the safeguard for our economy, for our polity, for our society, have become politicized. And there is now little difference between those who are elected and those who are unelected. Everything is political. People have questions about regulations, they have questions about policing, they have questions about the judiciary, they have questions about the electoral umpire. And I think we need to we had made some progress many years back, which has not been reversed, but we need to go back to rebuilding institutions and asserting their independence and ensuring that they protect the democracy and the economy that we all live in. I would like to wish each and every one of you a very happy day, and I wish Itua happy 62nd birthday. I'm heading there in a few months, inshallah, and I'll be joining you. So thank goodness it's the same year, so you can't claim you're a year older than me. I would like to again thank you, Itua, for your friendship. Thank you for being who you are. Encourage you to continue being who you are, to continue standing up for those values that you've always had, and to continue to have hope in this country, because if we lose hope, then the next generation is finished. All of us have been beneficiaries of the work that was done by those before us, and we have a responsibility for rebuilding this country for those who are going to come after us.
All right, guys, when I don't hear with waiting they talk so, but I want to correct him on some issues. My brother, there's no hope for Nigeria. Sorry, may God not allow them. There's no hope in Nigeria. I beg, may we chief go touch this pastor before he go run away. They say that Gambia pastor absconds with 52 phones money after Ibadan crusade. Ibadan Jesus Help Crusade. Now they see him, and our people ran there. You see him, scholarship for students. Now God won't do help for the needy and the widows, financial assistance for the needy, special prayers, salvation of soul. Date Friday, 31st March to 4th of April, 2023. Time 5:30 daily. He put number there. Now they don't invite and come. He can't do nah. They don't pack phones, pack iPhones, pack Android phones, big ones. They don't shift. May we see as it happen inside the full details. Gambia pastor absconds with 52 phones money after Ibadan crusade. They said that a pastor, Dr. Owen Abraham, has allegedly absconded with 52 Android and iPhones plus money and other valuables of worshippers that attended a crusade organized by him at Aponi in Agbowo area of Ibadan. Who knows that place? Please let us know through the comment section and give us details on the comment section, because the said crusader, according to some of his victims, said he was led by a god to come to Ibadan from Gambia for the crusade. And on the picture I have here, they said holy water that he was selling it for 4,850 naira, and our people bought it in Nigeria. Do you now see why we tell them that all these people are criminals? But when I go come here, shut up. Don't judge them. If you are not satisfied with our judgment, please go to court. Abraham, on the last day of the 3-day crusade, claimed that the Holy Spirit directed him to tell people to hand in their phones and valuables, only to later abscond with them. The victim said Abraham, who lured them into 3 days fasting and prayer, was nowhere to be found on the last day of the crusade, as all efforts to reach him proved abortive. The man, he don't flee from the crusade. He don't run, go Gambia. And all of you, they there, carry your iPhone, Yahoo boys, carry your this thing, give her. When you say you want to do special prayer, put for the phone. Anything you touch, you will succeed. Today, have you succeeded? Lori Ro. That is Nigeria for you. Muna continue they there, may they use the name of God. They scam on. Muna come here, come they blame me, say, na me make Christianity no grow for Nigeria. Sorry you. May God no allow them. And they come with more updates. Thank you.